We're going to do some calculations using TMaker as a sort of scratch pad. I have some numbers from a hardware store where my roommate and myself bought some items for the girls next door, and we need to figure out how much they owe us. From the bill in question, I got these numbers and quantities, and I was multiplying the quantity times the price, but I used a division symbol by accident, so I'm going to go back and fix that. I click on it and I change the division symbol to an asterisk multiplier. I'll go ahead and push compute, and you can see I have the right values here now. Now I can go ahead and add up the various elements here, since I've done that multiplication. If this were any kind of formal table, I'd have put these things in a nice vertical column, but I didn't bother. But it's not necessarily a problem. I can just go ahead and move the plus signs around a little bit so I pick up each of the totals appropriately. And then I'll go ahead and click in an equal sign down by the total line, and I'm done with that. Next up, I really should put in the tax because I paid for it, so I might as well be reimbursed for it. I'll add a title for the line, tax, and I'll start the equation off by entering the total and multiplying it by the tax rate of 8.5. And then I'll put the result in the row below in the same column. There's the 8.5, and then I'll go ahead and put out the equal sign. The problem here, of course, is that the tax rate is actually a percentage, and I forgot to do the necessary division by 100, so I'll go ahead and put that in now. Some of these mistakes I'm making on purpose. I made a few here and there where I wasn't really trying. Next up is calculating the total of the initial total plus the tax and putting that somewhere, which is the sum that the girls in next door need to pay. Now, one of them informs me that they're going to split the bill and write me checks. So could I please tell them exactly the amount that is half of the total bill for each of them, Mary and Sue? Of course, that will be the same number for both. I simply put in the total with tax. I divide it by 2. And I'll use the hash symbol to put the value out of the calculator somewhere, but not to clear it. So I can do it first for Mary here, and then I can go ahead and switch to an equal, which will set the calculator back to 0 after. Often that's not necessary, but it's just a good habit. However, when I push the compute button, it warns me that I actually didn't put these things in the right place. I put them next to the labels, whereas I meant to put them next to the column I have for the values. It's warning me that. It's noticed I'm not much of a typist, and it sort of says, do you really want to overwrite stuff you typed in yourself? And of course, the answer was no, so I'll go back and fix the problem by putting the output symbols where they belong. Next up, Sue informs me that Mary actually owes her $20, and they're going to settle that by changing the amounts each pays. So I'm going to add $20 to Mary's amount, and I'm going to subtract $20 from Sue's amount. So that's what I'm doing here. I'll go ahead. I can use the same equation for both of them because I went ahead and put in the 20 and the minus 20. Now I'll do that. And there we have the correct numbers. Finally, my roommate informs me he went to a store next door and bought something else for them at a cost of $19.65. So we need to put that in. I'm going to go ahead and get started here by inserting an extra row. I don't have to worry about screwing up anything because all the symbols are associated with the numbers they apply to. But I do need to put in an extra plus sign. I'm going to do that after I write the number here, 1965. Now I'll get a plus sign and I'll put it next to it and click it in. The one problem is you can see it's got the next number 7, but it really should be a 6, which goes just before the total. So I'll put the 6 in here, I'll hit a return, and you'll see when I do that, the 7 is now in the correct spot.